And welcome inside the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey for another edition of Brookdale Basketball here on BTV. Alongside my broadcast partner, Brian Gounsward, I am Tim Catalfamo. Some technical issues tonight, but we are nonetheless working through them. Brookdale and Union County are taking their time on the floor as we get ready to go in a few moments. Brookdale and Union County looking for a win. Union County has lost 3 games in a row, whereas Brookdale has been on a 2-game slide. And here in the Collins Arena, Brookdale looking to try to get back to their winning ways. This is the lowest amount of wins that they have had at this point in the season in quite a few number of years. So they are looking to try to get back on the side of winning, whereas Union County, on the other hand, is looking to try to shake off a couple of tough losses that have been in close proximity to each other. A lot of tight games, but nonetheless they have not been able to get a win. So, Brian, of course, as we look at both of these two teams, one of the strategies, I guess, for both these two coaches is going to be trying to get some momentum going into the rest of this season. Brookdale, as I mentioned, they've been on the slide. Union County has had a lot of close games, but they haven't been able to get the W. They're looking to try to get corrected and get that all worked out tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of uncharacteristic when you go into a matchup with Brookdale and Union, two typically of the teams that you see near the top of the standings, and it's very early on in the season, but to see them both with a losing record to start the year, very unusual. So they're both looking to find their footing, as you mentioned. They've both been involved in a lot of close games, a lot of tough losses on both sides, overtime games both teams have been involved in, so it's always fun when these two teams meet up. It's kind of a local rivalry game, and looking forward to the action tonight.
Some late developments. Coach Jerry Henderson is actually not here. He is not present on the sidelines. We expect him to be arriving later on this evening, but they will have to suffice with some of their assistant coaches. Union County in the black uniforms with the red lettering. Brookdale in the home white uniforms. The starting 5 for Union County, of course, is Daquan Graves, Robert Miller, Shaquem Powell, Jason O'Calley, and Tyrese Cherry. The 5 players on the floor for Union County. For Brookdale, they'll open up with Beon Wilson, Adam Kukai, Jelani Carter, Alan Ozoji, and Jeremiah Flurant. Opening tip is going to be controlled by Brookdale, and we are underway here in the Collins Arena. This is Adam Kukai. Now giving off to Ian Felix. Out to a long 3 from the corner, and it's drained by Alan Ozoji. And Brookdale now has the early 3-0 lead, 30 seconds into the first half.
So Ozoji, who has not seen much action to start the year, immediately inserted into the lineup and makes good on a 3-pointer.
Downstairs, there's Jason O'Calley. Lost it for a second. Shot from the foul line rolls off the wing by Terrence Durham, but a foul on the floor, and this will go against Union County. So 19-14 left here in the first half. Again, Brookdale leads 3-0. Just underway in the Collins Arena. Brookdale 1-3 on the year. Union County at 1-4. Adam Kukai goes around a screen, high off the glass, no, and the rebound is tracked down, or is it by Union County? Rolling on the floor, that's Ozoji that we were just talking about. Jump ball is called, and it'll go back to the Owls. Robert Miller dribbling with the basketball. Brookdale opening up in what appears to be a 3-2 zone. Shot clock is down to 14. Miller with a 3 off the back of the iron, and the rebound is tipped out to Beon Wilson. Wilson tries to drive inside. Now here's Ian Felix. Around the horn to Jelani Carter to the rim. It's taken away by Powell. Powell going coast to coast to the rim. He lays it in, and Union County gets on the board. 18-10 left here in the first half. Brookdale 3, Union 2.
Nice job by Powell, taking it coast to coast and finishing it off with the left hand to get the Owls on the board.
Adam Kukai in the corner. Coming off of a great game the other night. had 22 points and a loss to Passaic that Brookdale had in overtime. Kukai with a kick out to Carter in the corner, rims out on the three, and the rebound is pulled down by Miller.
Carter has been Brookdale's ace three-point shooter in the early part of the year, unable to get that one to fall.
Shaeen Powell, now back to Miller. Shot clock is at 12 here for the Owls. Miller around a screen along two is short. He gets his own rebound. Shot clock resets to 20. Durham had it blocked away, but it'll stay here on the side for Union. Miller will inbound with 15 to shoot. Looking to get it in. Gets it in the Powell in the corner for three. And Union County now leads 5-3, 3 minutes into the first half.
Well, Powell showing an inside-outside game. He had that transition basket with a layup, that time stepping back behind the arc, catching the inbounds pass, and drilling it from three.
Kukai almost slipped along the baseline, lost it out of bounds, but it was last touched by Miller.
And Kukai awarded the start. He's done much of his work this year coming off the bench. You mentioned the season-high scoring, over 20 points in his last game, but it's drawn the attention of the coaching staff, and he now finds himself in the lineup. Of course, now he sits.
Felix looking to inbound, 14 on the shot clock, nearly throws it away. Being able to recover is Tyrese Bryant. Here's Carter again for three. And a long rebound to Powell. Here come the Owls up the floor with Miller. Again leading 5-3, 16:40 left here in the first half. Miller guarded by Felix. Now to Powell. Back to Miller, straight on three is an air ball. So again on the side for Union County, Jerry Henderson, in his third season as head coach, helped coach this team with some ineligibilities last year that plagued some of their season, Brian, and he was able to lead the team to the Region 19 tournament. This was a very good team last year despite their record, and every single year Union County seems to be a tough team no matter what type of season they're having. Along the baseline, they'll stay here with Union with 19 to shoot.
Yeah, it was a good story what this team was able to accomplish a year ago. The record became kind of an unsightly number because, as you mentioned, playing with some ineligible players, but the idea they were able to rally around that and finish the season as strongly as they did with a long winning streak, find their way into the tournament, was just a really impressive job by the Owls a season ago.
So Union County calls a timeout. 16:01 left here in the first. Again, Union leads 5-3 alongside Brian Goudsward. I am Tim Catalfamo. Some technical issues, as you can probably notice, with our broadcast this evening. We had a couple of technical malfunctions about a half hour or so before the game started, so we are broadcasting, but with the bare minimum tonight, so we ask that you bear with us. I mentioned head coach Jerry Henderson in his third season. Coach Chizak on the side for Brookdale in his 28th season as head coach. Over 500 wins, and has taken this team to 2 NJCAA Division III national titles in 2013 and 2018. They've gotten off to a rough start, as I mentioned earlier. They are 1-3. They come off of a loss to Passaic County College a couple of nights ago in overtime. They've also lost to Middlesex back on November 16th, so they're trying to shake off a couple of tough losses. Out of that timeout, top of the key three by Powell is off the mark, and Carter is able to grab down the rebound for Brookdale. Here's Wilson. Now over to Carter. Left wing three. Rebound is fought for. Ozoje on the floor trying to grab the rebound. A jump ball is called. And this should go back to Brookdale. So Carter will inbound right in front of the Union County bench. It's Jelani Carter, Ian Felix, Tyrese Bryant, Beon Wilson, and Alan Ozoje on the floor for Brookdale. Shot clock is down to 5 here. Wilson inside trying to make something happen, and the rebound is tracked down by Cherry. Miller tried to dump it downstairs to O'Calley. O'Calley tried to force one up there. There was some contact, no foul. Again, Union County leads 5-3, 5 minutes into the first half. Long three there by Ozoje. Both players, Ian Felix and Ozoje, were trying to go for the rebound, nearly a head-on collision. Carter there was able to control it for Brookdale. And a foul away from the ball. It's going to be on Union County.
On that near collision, they didn't realize it was two players both wearing the same colored jersey going for the basketball. Fortunately, disaster avoided there as they didn't collide and no injury. And now Brookdale has to hustle, I thought, but now the shot clock will move up to 20 seconds.
Mohamed Mangeshboa will check in for Union County. Player that hasn't seen too much action this year, but is getting some early minutes here in the first half. Again, Union County leads 5-3. Wilson along the baseline. Being guarded by Powell. Shot clock is at 3. Carter will get a shot off with 1 on the clock, and that'll be a shot clock violation. So great defense there on the side for the Owls as Beon Wilson will come out of the game. In for him for the first time will be Mark Bruce on the side for Brookdale.
Mark Bruce, who's been in the starting lineup in past games for Brookdale and has that ability to shoot the basketball from long range. At his size, it makes him a matchup problem.
Attempted alley-oop there for Mangeshboa, and it's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Owls. Tyrese Cherry was going to check into the game. Now he walks back to the bench. Shot clock is at 19 here for Union. They lead by 2. Powell tried to drive in on Ian Felix. Powell again. Tipped it to himself. Shot clock at 2. Powell again with 1, and he lays it in, and the foul.
Union's running back the other way, but I think they're going to have to come back here because Powell tried to add 1 more at the line. That was just in the nick of time, right before the buzzer sounded, a chance at a 3-point play.
Foul is on Alan Ozoje. That'll be his first, and the first on Brookdale. Again, Union County leads 7-3. 13:43 remaining here in the first half. Powell not able to hit the extra foul shot from the line. Remains a 7-3 Union County lead. Bruce with a quick 3. That's a little strong. And the rebound to Powell. Tyrese Cherry now over to Miller, open for a 3. Long rebound to Ian Felix. So back and forth we go. Neither team shooting the ball all that well. Bruce again from the baseline is an air ball. And a rebound to O'Calley. Miller right in front of Coach Chizak with the 3. O'Calley the rebound, and he's fouled. So Jason O'Calley, the 6'8 sophomore from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, will go to the foul line. Foul again was on Alan Ozoje, Second personal foul on him and the second on the Jersey Blues here in the first half. As O'Callaghan cannot complete the first attempt from the line, it still remains a 7-3 Union County lead.
And it's an advantage that Union has to have 6 players on this current roster who are sophomores. That's far more than the average team you see playing in the Region 19. A lot of these recognizable names from a season ago, that team that, as we mentioned, rallied to make the postseason.
Should mention our officials this evening are Jonathan Carson, Corey Pedolino, and Fred Leo on the floor making the calls. O'Callaghan short on the second attempt from the line, and again, Union clings to a 4-point lead, 7-3. 12:45 left here in the first. A long three from the corner for Brookdale. A new player that just checked into the game, Dave Calloway, is off the mark. And this will be an offensive foul. I'm not quite sure. Ball had gone out of bounds, but they're actually going to call a block instead on Brookdale. And this will be on Ian Felix.
So it would have been a turnover had it been an offensive foul, or otherwise the ball would have just been thrown away.
Ball was kicked out of bounds. Shot clock is still at 25. 12:37 to play here in the first half. Again, Union County leads 7-3. O'Callaghan left all alone, and he easily puts it in for a nice 2.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively to allow a player in O'Callaghan that much space underneath the basket to catch an inbounds pass and score that easily.
Jelani Carter trying to go around Daquan Graves. Now here's Carter again. Shot clock at 5 here. Dave Calloway with the drive in. A nice dump off inside the paint to his teammate, Jeremiah Flurant, and he's fouled from behind, and he'll shoot 2.
Nice setup by Calloway. Aggressive move going to the basket at the last second. He finds Flurant underneath, and Union makes him earn it here at the free throw line.
So Jeremiah Flurant, the 6'5 freshman from Newark, New Jersey. Really an inside threat player, as he can't hit the first attempt from the line. Really an inside player, Brian, who with his size at 6'5", we talked about throughout the first couple of games that we've done this year, Brookdale doesn't have a whole lot of size on their side on the offense, so they're going to need big bodies downstairs to make some plays, and Flurant is one of those players that can easily do that, but he can't complete either one from the line.
Yeah, and Brookdale's on a long drought here without scoring. They hit that three-pointer early. It's been probably better than 5 minutes since they put a point on the board.
Another turnover there for Union County. Owls lead 9-3. 11:56 left here in the first half, and Brookdale will now call a timeout. So I mentioned the fact that, of course, Brookdale is coming off of a 2-game slide. They lost to Middlesex 84-58 on November the 16th, and then just a few days ago to Passaic in overtime 83-82. We were talking to Coach Chizak about that pre-game, and he just said it was a back-and-forth game. Passaic had gone on a run, an 18-2 run to start the second half. Brookdale was able to claw their way back into it, and then, of course, with the score being close, it went to overtime, and they just could not quite execute down the stretch. Adam Kukai had 22 points, 6 rebounds. Beon Wilson and Jelani Carter both had 13. And Ian Felix, a player that Coach Chizak has kind of tapped to be the point guard, so to speak, on the Brookdale offense, had 8 points and 4 assists.
And I think for Brookdale, talking about that game as well as the first home game we did a couple weeks back against Camden, it's been an issue closing out games. They've had leads late in games, and whether it's been turning the ball over, missing shots, they just haven't been able to make those plays late to put them over the top. I think that's one of the things that's bitten them in the early part of the season.
So under 12 minutes to play here in the first half. Again, Union County leads 9-3. Calloway being guarded very closely there. Now back over to Felix, right in front of the Union County bench. Jelani Carter, left elbow jumper. Off the rim, no good. Owls looking to push here. Miller, top of the key, three is good. 12-3 now Union County leads.
That's twice now. Miller has been left all alone from three-point range. Previously, he wasn't able to cash in, but you can't allow a shooter that much space.
And Felix pushed off through the elbow. That'll be an offensive foul on Ian Felix. So Brookdale only has 3 points in nearly 9 minutes of basketball, and Ian Felix just picked up his second personal foul, so he goes to the bench. In for him is DeAndre Smith. It's Daquan Graves. Now back to Miller, saves it from going out of bounds. Graves, an NBA range three. This one's way off the mark. O'Calley tried to grab the rebound. Tie up on the floor. And this is actually going to be a personal foul that's committed, I believe, on Union County. And they will call a foul on Jason O'Calley. Wow, I'm not really sure about that, Brian. That looked like a tie-up to me on the floor. Possession arrow would have given it back to Union County, but that is O'Calley's first personal foul. Callaway, a give and go to Carter. Carter has it blocked away, but he's fouled.
And I like that from Carter. We know he likes to hang out on the perimeter and shoot the three, but that time takes the pass down low, takes a hard shot, and try to get Brookdale going again.
So Jelani Carter, the 6'5 freshman from Hackensack, New Jersey, had 23 points in the season opener against Camden a couple of weeks ago. Hits the first attempt from the line, and again now Union County leads 12-4. 10:33 remaining here in the first half. Carter had 73 pointers in his high school days at Hackensack High School in his senior year. He makes them both on the line and brings Brookdale to within 7, 12-5. Miller, a long three, is short. Rebound Callaway. Along the baseline, this is Jameer Fitch, who's able to lay it in. And Brookdale now with a mini 4-0 run. They close to within 5, 12-7. O'Calley in the corner. Miller looking to go somewhere with it. Now back out to Durham. Top of the key, three for Graves is good.
So you never intend to bank in a three-pointer, but one thing you can hear just audibly is how much Brookdale is communicating on the defensive side. That's something you like to see.
15-7 Union County leads. Finch again is able to do a reverse layup and bring Brookdale to within 6. 2-3 zone for the Jersey Blues. Here's Graves, another three. This one off the mark. Carter with the rebound. Callaway wanted to take a three-point shot, top of the key, thought better of it. Into the corner. And another three for Brookdale. This time it's Jeremiah Flurant. And the Jersey Blues are within 3, 15-12, under 9 minutes to play here in the first half.
So that's 9 points that they've scored in about a 2-minute span after looking lifeless on the offensive end.
Durham answers right back with a three of his own from the left arc.
So what do you know? It's an offensive exhibition now. Nobody can miss.
Owls up 18-12, 8:30 to play here in the first half. Flurant couldn't have that one go down, rimmed out. Now here's Durham. Into the corner for Graves, who's had the hot hand as of late from behind the three-point line. Shot clock is at 10. Durham with the shot clock at 5, lost it. Went through the legs of Carter, and it's picked up by DeAndre Smith. Smith going to the rim, and they're going to call an up and down, a jump ball actually. So not a foul, but instead a jump ball which will point in the direction of Union County by virtue of the possession arrow. So nice defense there by the Owls.
I think you could make an argument that Smith was contacted there and that a foul could have been called against Graves. Union maybe catches a break, and now it's their possession.
And a timeout will be called here by Union County. Jerry Henderson wants to talk things over on his side. So it's 7:51 to play here in the first half. Again, Union County leads 18-12. So we talked about Brookdale during the last timeout. We'll focus on Union County during this stoppage on the floor. Mentioned the Owls have lost 3 games in a row. They lost to Passaic in a very close match on November 11th, 96-92. They lost to Essex County College 68-60 on November 14th, and then just a few days ago they had a tight game against what you could arguably say is one of the best teams in the Region 19 Conference in Middlesex. They lost that game 71-67. They have tremendous talent across the board. And this is a team, as I mentioned, I was kind of alluding to it earlier, a team that really no one in the Region 19 Conference wants to play, regardless of what Union County's record is, just because they play with so much energy, so much heart, and regardless of where they are, home or on the road, they are a really tough team to play.
And one thing that always stands out about them, we've now been watching them for the last 4 years, they're always one of the best executing on the offensive end.
Miller with a 3 from the corner. A foul away from the ball is going to be on Brookdale. Or actually, maybe not. This is actually going to be an offensive foul on Union County, and they will call it on Tyrese Cherry. That's his second. And the Owls' 6th team foul. So Adam Kukai will come in for Jelani Carter on the side for Brookdale. We are under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Felix lost it. Here's Durham one-on-one with Callaway, and he lays it in. And the Owls now lead 20-12. 7:24 to play here in the first half. Callaway, a left arc 3. Rebound is fought for O'Callaghan, and a foul is called. Going against Brookdale. Have to see who gets the personal. This might be Jeremiah Flurant, and it is. That is his first personal, now the 5th on Brookdale.
Boy, we know all about fouls from watching that game against Camden. Did they pile up in that game or what? It's been a manageable number through the first half thus far tonight.
Yes, and our season opener second half was loaded with fouls. Durham, a long 3, and he knocks it down uncontested. And Union County now has gotten back up by 9, 23-12, under 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Flurant nearly traveled. Now here's Callaway. Over to Jameer Fitch along the baseline. Tough shot, doesn't go. Durham, another 3. This one is short. He gets his own rebound. O'Callaghan downstairs, and he lays it in. And a timeout will be taken by Coach Chizak as Union County has gone on a run, the answer to the run that Brookdale had a few moments ago. And they lead 25-12, 6:26 remaining now here in the first. So again, alongside Brian Gounsworth, I am Tim Catalfamo here on Brookdale TV. We're working through some technical issues tonight, but we are glad that you are joining us. This is our second game being broadcast here on BTV, and our next game will be on Tuesday when Brookdale, both the men and the women, will host Atlantic Cape County, so that'll be a interesting game on both sides. Should also mention that coming up at approximately 7 o'clock Eastern Time, the Brookdale Jersey Blues women's basketball team will take to the floor. They will be taking on the Division II Union County Owls, a very interesting contrast between the men and the women. On the side for Union County, Union obviously on the men's side is Division III. The women are Division II, and not trying to get ahead of things too quickly because we will talk about this during the women's game at that time, but the Union County women's basketball team is coming off of a very impressive run last year in the Division II NJCAA National Tournament. They went all the way to the championship game. Unfortunately, they lost the game, but they still were able to make it all the way to the national title game and come into this event later on this evening at 4-1 on the season. So we'll talk more about that later on. Inside, here's DeAndre Smith drawing contact, but an offensive foul instead is called against Smith.
And that's close to that area, the restricted area where it's typically called a blocking foul, but that time Smith, too much contact there using the arm, and he's called on it.
So that's the first on Smith, and now the 6th team foul on Brookdale. 6 minutes left, opening half. Union County leads 25-12. Durham goes around to screen, and this is going to be, I believe, a moving screen on Jason O'Calley. So that's his second personal, and now the 7th on Union County. Jelani Carter. Over to Alan Ozoje, who is checked back into the game. Battling downstairs with O'Calley. Left it short, and the rebound is pulled down by Graves. Here comes Durham. Up to O'Calley, blocked away from behind by Carter. Kukai in transition, threw it up there. Fitch tried to get a hand on it. Ozoje loses it, but a foul is called.
The Union bench was absolutely furious at the other end of the floor that there was not a Brookdale foul. I mean, they all rose in harmony, and now it's Brookdale who is at the free throw line on this end.
So Alan Ozoje is at the foul line, able to hit the first attempt. The 6'8" freshman from Union, New Jersey. Foul was called on Daquan Graves. That's his first personal, if you're curious. For those of you watching at home. 1 out of 2 from the line. O'Calley touches it last, though, and he'll stay here with Brookdale. Beyond Wilson will check into the game for Brookdale as Demir Fitch will come out. So it's Ozoje, Smith, Kukai, Wilson, and Carter on the floor for Brookdale. Smith trying to get it in, and a 5-second call. Another turnover. It's been a sloppy first half for the Jersey Blues. They've only been able to muster up 13 points. Union County has had their fair share of mistakes as well. They've only been able to put up 25. A long three for Graves is good. 28-13. Union in front with 4:58 remaining in the first. And Daquan Graves, who had 25 points earlier this year against CC of Philadelphia, he averages around 14 points a game, is absolutely demolishing the Brookdale defense with the number of shots that he has been able to take uncontested from behind the three-point line.
Union has done a great job getting space for their shooters behind the three-point line, and they are making them count. Brookdale has to do a better job getting a hand in the face of these Union shooters, because that is how they're scoring their points so far in this game. And for the Brookdale side, you mentioned the 13 points. It seemed like 10 of them came in a very quick spurt there, and they just have not been able to find any kind of a rhythm since.
So again, 28-13, Union County in front. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first. Here's Kukai. Now over to Carter. Pops a three. Carter off the mark. A rebound controlled by Miller, but he lost it. Ozoje is fouled. Or no, actually, Ozoje just lost it out of bounds. The official blew the whistle before the ball went out. But instead, this will be just a simple inbounds play for Brookdale to try to execute here with a fresh shot clock. Marvelous Akinbala will come into the game for Union County.
That's one of the great names in the region, one that I recall from a year ago.
The 5'10 sophomore from Union, New Jersey. On the floor now. Into the left wing, here's Ozoje, runs into, it looks like, Durham, and a foul is called in the paint. So this is going to go against Terrence Durham, the freshman from Charlotte. And once again, Alan Ozoje will go to the foul line. I believe this is going to be a 1-and-1 because I do not think he was in the act of shooting. Officials have a brief discussion on the floor. And this will be a 1-on-1 shot for Ozoje. Not able to hit the first attempt from the line, and thus Union County gets it back. 28-13, they lead. Graves. And it'll be a double dribble on Daquan Graves. Kukai in the corner. Brookdale again trailing by 15. They need some points in this possession. Kukai drives inside and will draw a foul. And possibly will try to get some points from the line.
And when you're in a scoring drought and need to get something going, good guy to put the ball in the hands of is Kukai. He's been the main man for Brookdale in the early part of the season and trying to get the Jersey Blues closer.
So Adam Kukai able to hit the first attempt from the line. The foul was on Daquan Graves. That's his second, and now Union County is in the double bonus for the remaining 3:58 in this first half. Kukai gets both from the line. 28-15 now. Union County in front. Here's Durham. Goes around to screen, was looking to hit O'Calley. Durham again on the attack and is fouled from behind by Smith.
Brookdale number 2, DeAndre Smith. That's a second.
So that's the second foul on DeAndre Smith. The 7th team foul on the Jersey Blues. And at the foul line now, Terrence Durham. Mentioned a moment ago, the 6-foot freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina, who's really been very versatile in this game. He's been able to drive to the basket. He's had a couple of nice threes and has been a very key part of the Union County offense as he's not able to get the first attempt from the line to go. But definitely has been a player that has really been able to showcase a lot of talent in this opening half.
Yeah, you mentioned the shooting ability, and that's kind of been the theme for Union. They've made 4 or 5 3-pointers, and big reason why they have the lead that they do in this first half.
So 29-15 now, Union in front. Under 4 minutes to play until halftime. Carter into the corner for Kukai. A 3 on the way is good. Durham dribbling with the basketball. And a moving screen again here on Union County. And if this is on Daquan Graves, this may be his third foul. And it is. So the third foul on Daquan Graves. He will stay on the floor for now. Coach Henderson has not yet had a sub go to the bench. As now it looks like Michael Tripp will get ready to check in at the next buzzer. Carter a straight on three. Barely grazed the rim. Callaway keeps it in play. Shot clock did not reset. Kukai for three. Out of bounds, back to Union.
And Callaway might want to consider a volleyball tryout after making that play. Very impressive save. Unfortunately, Brookdale can't cash in on the second chance.
2:46 left here in the first half. Union County 29, Brookdale 18. Michael Tripp has now checked into the game, as I mentioned, for the player of Daquan Graves, who just had 3 personal fouls, so he is on the bench. It's Miller, Tripp, O'Calley, Durham, and then Mangus Boa on the floor for Union County. Another turnover there for the Owls, however. And with 2:34 to play, before the halftime break, Brookdale will try to cut into this 11-point deficit as Carter walked with the basketball. It's just been mistake after mistake here in this first half for the Jersey Blues. Not very well executed. Carter will check out of the game as Demir Fitch will come back on. Durham, and he traveled. Trying to go around David Callaway. Kukai pulls up at the foul line, and he hits. Adam Kukai brings Brookdale to within 9. Robert Miller being guarded by Kukai. Now Miller trying to go around a new player who just checked in, Mark Bruce. It's rejected and swatted out of bounds. 10 to shoot. It's Callaway, Ozoje, Fitch, Mark Bruce, and Kukai on the floor for the Jersey Blues. Again, 10 to shoot. Shot clock is now down to 5. I'm not sure if Durham realizes it. Going hard to the rim, off the glass, no. O'Calley the rebound and a shot clock violation, or no, we're still playing here. No stoppage by the officials. And Brookdale somehow holds on to the basketball. Down by 9, under 90 seconds left here in the first half. Kukai again lays it in after a nice feed from Fitch. Durham downstairs to O'Calley. He's able to get around Mark Bruce, and another 2 points for Jason O'Calley.
Nice move by Durham, kind of lulling the Brookdale defense to sleep with that step back, and decides to pass at the last second. Nicely done.
Kukai nearly traveled. Mark Bruce in the corner for 3. Back rim no good. Union County leads 31-22. 30 seconds left here in the first half. O'Calley sets a screen. Miller dribbling. Now into the corner. 3 goes up. That's off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Callaway. Kukai. Shot clock is turned off here for Brookdale. 10 seconds left to go in the half. Ozoje, an offensive foul. He ran right into Terrence Durham.
Offensive foul.
So that is the third foul on Alan Ozoje. So both Brookdale and Union County running into some foul trouble here in the first half. 9 seconds to shoot. And now Union County will burn a quick timeout to try to draw something up here. With 7.9 left here in the first half, they lead 31-22. And Brian, this has been an interesting game. Union County and Brookdale, we were expecting, I think, this game to have a little bit more energy and certainly a lot more scoring. We have not seen that so far, but Union County definitely has been in command, and Brookdale has just made mistake after mistake in this first half.
They have, and lately, though, they've mounted a rally, and it's kind of been a single-handed effort from Adam Kukai. All the things he's been able to do. It started with him getting fouled, making free throws, then we see him make a three, make a transition basket, nice cut to the basket on a give and go. So he kind of single-handedly has kept Brookdale in this game because this has not been one of their finer first half performances.
So alongside Brian Goudsworth, again, I am Tim Catalfamo, the rest of our BTV crew here, working through some technical issues as we will be trying to get those resolved as we go throughout the evening, but we are doing our best right now, live here in the Collins Arena on the campus of Brookdale Community College. Brookdale and Union County, usually a rivalry game. And we've seen both teams play with a lot of heart so far, but as I was just talking about with Brian, a lot of mistakes have been made as well. And with Union County leading by 9, 31-22, they have an opportunity to possibly go into the locker room up by double digits if they can convert here on what should be the last possession of the first half. And now this is going to be a foul on Adam Kukai, who threw his arms around Robert Miller. I'm not really sure why. Before the ball was inbounded, and Miller now will have a 1-and-1 from the foul line. Bizarre play. Miller rims out on the attempt. Callaway with 5. Kukai, the final shot at the buzzer is off the front rim, no good. And that will end the first half with Union County in front 31-22. An interesting first half, a lot of bizarre things happening on the floor, a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes from both of these two teams, but in an ugly match as far as offensive performances have been concerned with not a whole lot of scoring. Union County definitely has been able to maintain not only the tempo of this game, but certainly are in command going to the locker room up by 9.
They've made their share of three-pointers. That kind of built up a lead. Kukai for Brookdale got it going late in that first half. They're going to need more of that coming out in the second half, but Brookdale needs to make some adjustments as they go into the locker room because it was far too sloppy, too many turnovers, and we'll see if they can put a better product out there in the second half.
So Brookdale and Union County, again, the first game of our doubleheader tonight. Union County leads 31-22. We'll take a break at halftime here on BTV and come back with the second half after this. And we're back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey, as we get ready to start the second half of basketball here on Brookdale TV. Alongside Brian Goudsworth, I am Tim Catalfamo. Brookdale and Union County squaring off in the first of our doubleheader games this evening. The men's basketball team going first this evening, and Union County at the break has a 31-22 lead. Both these two teams trying to end losing streaks. For Union County, it has been 3 games in a row that they have lost. Brookdale has lost 2 in a row. And from what we saw in the first half, Brian, we were talking about this before we went to the halftime break, Union County has been able to dominate. It has been a sloppy offensive game on both ends, but nonetheless, a game that Union County has been in control of for the majority of the first half.
Yeah, and Brookdale's problem is they've been too spotty offensively. They've had their spurts where they've scored points. Remember, they were stuck on 3 points for a while, then went on that 10-2 run to get closer, then went another long drought without scoring, and then it was Adam Kukai who kind of finished off the first half leading Brookdale in scoring and getting it down to a 9-point deficit, but they've just been too inconsistent on the offensive side. Turnovers have been a part of the story, and they'll look to kind of clean that up here as they start play, opening up with possession in the second half.
So it's Adam Kukai, Ian Felix, rather. Jelani Carter, who pops a three from the corner and drains it. Marvin Worthy, along with Demir Fitch, the 5 players that start on the floor in the second half of the Jersey Blues. Brookdale now pulls to within 6, 31-25. Here is Terrence Durham, a player that had several threes in the first half. Not able to convert from the right arc. It's Durham, Cherry, Miller, O'Calley, and Powell on the floor for Union County to start the second half.
And a good start for Brookdale, getting the ball into the hands of a catch-and-shoot shooter in Carter, making his first from three-point range in the game thus far.
And again, as we've talked about throughout the broadcast, having some technical issues, so we ask that you bear with us on our broadcast tonight. Fitch with a lob into Marvin Worthy. Worthy, a tough shot, and a foul here in the backcourt on Fitch.
Brookdale foul number 20, Demir Fitch.
So Demir Fitch will pick up his first personal foul, and that's the first now on Brookdale here in the second half. About a minute in, Union County leads 31-25. Here's Powell. Now back to Miller. Shot clock is at 8. Miller guarded by Felix. Into the corner for Durham. Shot clock at 3. Miller left arc 3. And I'm not sure what you call that one, but that's not going anywhere anytime soon as Marvin Worthy finally pokes it out of there.
Well, what's interesting is in the NBA, when that happens, and it doesn't happen often, it always goes as a jump ball.
Well, that's what they're going to call this, and they're going to give the ball back to Union County. So good call, Brian. I was looking at the officials to see if that was indeed going to be the case. Feed inside to O'Calley. He can't convert, but he gets his own rebound and puts it in. So after we'll call it a fortunate miss there for Union County, they're able to convert out of the inbounds play, and they lead now 33-25. 18:25 left here in the second. Fitch now into the corner for Carter. Ian Felix nearly lost it. Along the baseline for Fitch. Carter, another 3. Rims out. It was halfway down, and O'Calley grabs the rebound. 5-on-4 opportunity here for Union County as Fitch was lagging. He got knocked down from behind, trying to go for the rebound on that last play. O'Calley working it against Fitch. Inside, Cherry. Offensive rebound off the rim and in for Powell. And the Owls go back up by 10, 35-25.
Well, it's striking on the Brookdale roster that there just isn't a whole lot of size.
That has been an area that they have struggled in. And one of the reasons why you look to players like Fitch, Marvin Worthy, and even Jeremiah Flurant, who has not come into the game so far. He's about to check in at the next buzzer. Those 3 players are 6'5". As Ian Felix able to rattle in the first attempt from the line. The foul, by the way, was on Tyrese Cherry. That is his 3rd. As Flurant comes into the game. Worthy goes out for Brookdale. And Ian Felix, 6-foot freshman from Clifton, New Jersey, 1 out of 2 from the foul line. 35-26. Union County leads, 7:24 left here in the second. Durham, and he throws it away along the baseline.
Brookdale basketball.
Mohamed Mangas-Boa has checked into the game for Union County. He was the one that wasn't able to handle the pass from Durham. And nearly throwing it away there. Saving it out of bounds was Flurant. Felix, all types of contact in the paint. No call, and here comes Durham the other way. Stops and pops in the paint. Kukai the rebound. A long feed up ahead to Fitch. And now here comes Durham again. Owls in transition, and Powell with the bucket at the other end.
Boy, it's just back and forth basketball in transition. Brookdale a missed opportunity as that lead pass went too far up the court, and the Owls cash in on the other end.
So another turnover there for the Jersey Blues, and Union County will get the ball back, leading by 11. 16:36 to go here in the game. We're having issues with our score box. That's why we keep giving you the timing and scoring as frequently as we are.
It's like we're on the radio.
If we had only one camera operating and we didn't have a full wide shot, that's what I would instinctively be going to.
We'd have to change our style a lot.
Wouldn't that be interesting? Felix in transition, and the layup is good. 37-28. Brookdale down by 9, 4 minutes into the second half. Miller gets it rejected. But it'll stay here with the Owls with 22 to shoot. I'm trying to think the last time I did a game on the radio in basketball. It's been a while.
It's been years for me as well. Back to the college days.
Done plenty of football games on the radio as of late, but basketball is a totally different pace. You got to be right on top of things. Durham, a long three is good. Uncontested. Brian, how many times have we seen that play tonight? And the Owls go back up by 12.
And Durham has been the guy time and time again making it count.
Carter short on the attempt from the right arc. Powell with the rebound. Powell going coast to coast and has it swatted away by Carter. As Jason O'Callaghan will come out of the game, and Daquan Graves, who picked up 3 personal fouls in the first half, comes in.
Powell, for a big man, moves well with the ball in his hands. You don't often see that, a guy 6'8" that can handle it, taking it in transition.
Very talented player on the side for Union County. Here's Graves, pop 3 from the corner, catch and shoot, rather. Off the mark, Fitch in transition going the other way, and we'll lay it in.
And that we just haven't seen enough of from Brookdale. That is Brookdale basketball in its purest form, is getting the ball in transition, moving it that quickly and scoring.
10-point lead for the Owls, 5 minutes into the second half, I should say. A foul here on the floor on Brookdale will be committed by Ian Felix. That'll be his third. And just like that, Felix will check out of the game, and coming in for him will be DeAndre Smith.
And remember, Felix was somewhat of a question mark coming in. He was dealing with some sort of an injury, and that might be why he hasn't quite looked himself in this game.
And this will be a 5-second violation on Union County trying to inbound the basketball. So gives it back to Brookdale. 15:04 to play. Brookdale down by 10.
That's the second time they've been victimized by that call.
Carter throws it away. He was looking for his teammate Fitch. It's taken away by Durham. Long 3 for Powell is too strong. And Fitch grabs the rebound. Kukai. Floater in the lane is off the glass and in. And Brookdale now within 8, 40-32. Shaeen Powell with a runner in the lane, didn't even hit the rim. And another rebound is tracked down by Fitch. He nearly throws it away. Carter to Kukai. Back to Carter. 3 on the way is in. And Brookdale, a mini 5-0 run, is pulled closer to Union County, 40-35, 14 minutes to play here in the second half. Miller being guarded by Kukai. Graves looking at the shot clock. It's down to 6. Graves forces a 3. It's short. And another rebound by Carter. Flurant threw it away.
Well, that possession, a turnover, but going back to the last Union offensive possession, that was as good of a job defensively as Brookdale has done on any possession, keeping the ball along the perimeter, watching the shot clock wane, and Union unable to get a good look at the basket.
Union leads 40-35, 13-29 left here in the ball game. And now another moving screen on, I believe, Powell. That's the third moving screen of the night on Union County. And for Shaim Powell, that is his third personal. Fitch right in front of his own bench. Goes baseline. And Graves able to pick up another long rebound. Brookdale just not having any penetration inside the paint. That's been an area that they have struggled with. Durham going one-on-one with Smith. Lost it. Flurant has it taken away by Durham. Powell was trying to get it over to Miller, and another turnover for Union County.
It's this kind of a time where it's good for somebody to take a timeout. Both teams a little bit out of sorts here, kind of throwing the ball all over the place, and it's been a bit sloppy.
And this has really been the theme in this game, Brian. Both teams playing very sloppy basketball, a lot of turnovers. And that was something that Brookdale coming into this game had to clean up. They had 30 turnovers in their loss to Middlesex and 27 turnovers in that loss they had a couple of days ago to Passaic. Fitch on the drive. He's fouled. So he will go to the foul line. Foul is on Jason O'Calley, who just checked into the game. That's his third personal. Owls in front, 40-35, 12-27 left here in the second. And Demir Fitch able to get the first attempt from the line to go, the 6'5 freshman from Hoboken. Really great rebounder inside. We've seen him lay out for a couple of rebounds in this second half. And Fitch, 1 of the 2 from the line. Brookdale within 4. Graves puts up a 3, and again, Union County shooting the lights out from behind the three-point line. It is now 43-36.
Graves was about to dish, but realized there was nobody on him, and a wide open 3.
And a nice give and go to Adam Kukai from Clarence Celius. 43-38, under 12 minutes to play. Owls have a 5-point lead. Miller being guarded by Kukai. Collins Arena really starting to get loud. Shot clock at 6. Miller hoists a 3. Rebound is tracked down by Smith. Smith trying to go coast to coast. He threw it away. Here comes Durham in transition. Durham has it blocked away, but a foul.
Thought it might have been a goaltend there. Looked like Fitch got a piece of that after it had hit the glass. Don't think it was called, though, and so it's a 2-shot foul.
Foul was on Adam Kukai. That's his second personal. And Terrence Durham at the foul line again, who has had a very impressive night. It's the first. 44-38. Owls by 6. 11:24 left here in the second. DeAndre Smith will go to the bench. Checking in once again will be Ian Felix, who, mind you, is playing with 3 personal fouls. Durham, 1 of the 2. Fitch picked up his dribble. Now back to Ian Felix with 12 to shoot. Kukai on the drive. The dish to Fitch. He wasn't ready for it, but he puts it up off the glass and in. And Brookdale within 4, 44 to 40. Under 11 minutes left to play here in the second half.
This game is really tightened up here. We talk about Brookdale needing to make some adjustments at the halftime break. It appears that they have, and they've made this a ball game.
O'Calley downstairs on Fitch. It'll stay here. It has been a low-scoring affair so far this evening, but a tight one. And for head coach Jerry Henderson in Union County, they're probably thinking, oh no, not again, because they have had so many games that have been close this year. They just have not quite been able to come out on top. They have a 4-point lead as of this moment.
It's been the story for both teams, so it's no surprise that when they play, it's a close game.
Durham spinning his way into the paint. O'Calley, a baby jumper is good.
That's exactly how I would have described that too.
46 to 40, Owls in front. 10 minutes left here in the second half. And Carter throws it away. He was looking for Clarence Cilius along the baseline. Another turnover for Brookdale. Durham's going to walk the ball up the floor. Looking over to Coach Henderson for some direction. Now drives inside, goes right at Cilius. It's scooped up by Felix, but he threw it to the wrong man. Durham again, blocked away. Offensive rebound by O'Calley, and he's fouled. So Clarence Cilius will pick up his first personal foul, the 4th on Brookdale. And once again, Jason O'Calley at the foul line. Left it short on the first attempt. Clarence Cilius will come out of the game. In for him, Alan Ozoje. 9:37 left here in the second. Union leads 46 to 40. O'Calley's second attempt, too strong. Nearly ripped it out of the hands of Fitch. He's able to secure it though. Kukai in the lane, what a move! And he lays it in with the right hand. 46-42. Brookdale down by 4, Graves a 3, rims out. Carter the rebound. Carter taking it himself and lays it in. 46-44, Brookdale down by 2, 9 minutes to play here in the second half.
And the crowd into it now as they've seen their home Jersey Blues go on a run here.
Here is Cherry. Out of bounds, back to Brookdale. So again, 8:53 and counting left here in the second half. Union County 46, Brookdale 44. Kukai nearly had it stripped away by Miller. Into the corner all alone for Carter for the 3. It's off the front rim, no good.
Brookdale bench ready to explode. Had that dropped through, would have given Brookdale its first lead.
Miller a 3, and he drains it. Nobody was even around him. And it's Union County now leading 48-44. Another turnover. Miller going at Kukai. It's blocked away by Adam Kukai. And now Brookdale trying to run back in transition on offense. Carter is good from the foul line. 48-46, 8 minutes to play. Owls in front by 2. Stripped away by Carter. Carter going one-on-one to the rim. Reverse layup is good, and we're tied up at 48.
Boy, Carter just gliding there. I'm not sure how many steps he took, but he got away with it and ties up this game.
One of the best games we have seen this season here in the Collins Arena. Brookdale looking for their first win here in this building. O'Calley downstairs against Ozoje. Rebound Felix. Brookdale can take the lead on this possession. Here's Ozoje, nearly lost it. Fitch to Kukai for the lead. He got it. 51-48, 7 minutes to play, and Brookdale leads by 3. Can the Owls answer here? Durham with the drive, blocked away. Rebound goes to Powell, and he's fouled. So Powell will go to the line for what is going to be 2 shots. The foul was on Demir Fitch. That's his second. .6:44 left here in the second.
It's amazing the energy increase that we've seen here coming out in this second half, and just in the last few minutes, the momentum with Brookdale now.
Big miss there by Powell from the line, the 6'8" freshman from Kingston, Jamaica. Powell, a great rebounder, averages around 11 points a game. Great at giving the ball off, has 14 assists on the year coming into this event. And he pulls Union County to within 2, 51-49, 6.5 to play, Brookdale by 2. Carter, offensive foul as he goes right over Powell. An easy call for the officials. And for Jelani Carter, we'll check the number on him. Actually, the scoreboard is showing that the foul was on Alan Ozoje. Not really sure because Carter was the one with the basketball, so maybe a technical issue. And again, there's a foul on the floor here on Brookdale. We'll get to that in a second.
I think they're checking now at the scores table.
The foul on the floor that just occurred is on Ian Felix. And now the officials are conferring here. If it is on Felix, that's his 4th. Still trying to figure out what happened with Jelani Carter at the other end. That was clearly a foul on Carter. We never got official word of what number that was on Carter. Durham misses the first foul shot from the line. And now another foul here will be committed by Daquan Graves. That's the 4th foul on Graves and the 4th on Union County here in the second half. 6:10 to play. Brookdale leads 51-49. A couple of confusing minutes on the floor trying to figure out all the fouls and who they're being charged to, and then of course how many fouls does that player have. Our officials this evening: Jonathan Carson, Corey Pedalino, and Fred Leo. So Daquan Graves will come out of the game with 4 personal fouls. Looks like Jason O'Calley will check in to fill that spot on the floor. Tyrese Cherry has also come back into the game for Union County. Kukai waiting to inbound right at the scores table. It's Kukai, Smith, Carter, Fitch, and Ozoje on the floor for Brookdale. They lead by 2, 6 minutes to play. Fitch to Ozoje. Look at Ozoje, an athletic move. He draws the foul.
Union foul number 20, Sheehan Powell.
And the foul is going to be charged to Powell. That'll be his 4th. So now Daquan Graves has got 4 personal fouls. Powell has 4 as well. We'll see if he stays in the game. Ozoje cannot hit the first attempt from the line.
And on the Brookdale side, Ian Felix with 4 personal fouls. So that's 3 to watch here as we go down the stretch.
And he missed them both. Brookdale still in front, 51-49. 5:45 to play. Miller kicks it out to Powell, a long 2. Short. Offensive rebound, though, is put back up and in by Tyrese Cherry. And we have a whistle. I think Fred Leo spotted some sweat on the floor, so that's just going to be cleaned up so no one slips. We're tied up at 51 with 5:38 to play here in the second. Carter, a tough shot. Off the glass, no. Down to the floor goes Cherry. Gives it off to his teammate Miller, and here comes Union County looking to take back the lead. Durham. Now back to Powell. Shot clock at 15, game clock at 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes to play. And a foul that will go the other way on Union County as Miller was trying to hand off to Terrence Durham.
Yeah, I actually thought it was going to be a Brookdale reach-in foul there on Smith, but it goes against the Owls, and Brookdale will try to untie this thing.
So again, tied at 51, under 5 minutes to play. That foul was on Robert Miller on the side for Union County. It's his second. Here's Carter, top of the key for Kukai. Carter, an NBA range 3, halfway down. And who touched it last? It'll go back to Union. So with 4:33 to play, this one looks like it could come down to the last possession with the way these two teams are playing.
Which what else is new with the type of games both of these teams had played just about every time out, seemingly.
And a foul again going against Union County. This is going to be on O'Calley.
And Union can't believe it.
And for Jason O'Calley, that is going to be his 4th personal foul. Seventh team foul on the side for Union. Still tied up here at 51, 4 minutes to play in the second half. Carter, a tough acrobatic layup, doesn't fall. O'Calley had his hands on the rebound. And nearly a backcourt violation there on Union County, but they're able to break the press. Powell has it rejected, but a foul.
And when Union has needed an answer, they put the ball in the hands of Powell. He's had an impressive night, shooting from long range, getting to the free throw line consistently. And games like this, free throws down the stretch become very important.
Foul was on Demir Fitch, that's his 3rd. However, Powell can't make either from the foul line, and we remain tied at 51. Official stop play here momentarily. 3:42 to go. Both these two teams have at different times gone on runs and have been able to answer each other. And both are in desperate need of a win.
Both teams have saved their timeouts, too. They both have full complement.
Fitch. Now to Kukai. Shot clock at 14. Fitch in the right wing. Guarded by Cherry. Shot clock at 4. DeAndre Smith. A fadeaway is good. 53-51. Brookdale back in front by 2. 3:07 to play here in the second half. Union looking to try to answer. Miller giving it off to Powell. Now downstairs O'Calley. Tough shot. Doesn't drop. And Smith grabs the rebound. Fitch nearly lost it. And this one is kicked out of bounds by Powell. 2:42 to play. Brookdale still leads 53-51. Ian Felix is going to come into the game, but Coach Chizak will signal for a timeout first. So with 2:42 to go, Brookdale again leads 53-51. Here in the first in our doubleheader this evening, Brookdale and Union County, two teams that always seem to play each other very close, especially on the men's basketball side. In case you're wondering, last year Brookdale was able to beat Union County 84-76 on January 20th, technically of this year, 2019, but last season. And every single time these two teams play each other, they're very close. They bring a lot of energy to the floor. We haven't really seen it be a high-scoring affair, Brian, but nonetheless, both these two teams have kept it close. They certainly have performed very well. And in the position that both of these two teams are at, they both need a win. So with 2:42 to go, who do you think has an advantage right now?
I don't think you can point to either team having an advantage. I think it just is a matter of who executes down the stretch, who makes their free throws, who doesn't turn the ball over, who just has better design to their offense and can contest the other team's shots, because this game has been wire to wire pretty close, and Brookdale was able, they kind of had fallen behind there at around the halftime point and then came out in the second half and had an impressive rally here to get back into this game. And I don't know who to point to give the advantage, because there's not a lot that separates these teams at this point.
And think back on both these two teams coming off of very tight losses. Union County lost to Middlesex a couple of days ago, 71-67. Brookdale is coming off a loss to Passaic in overtime, 83-82. So it's been a theme that we've been harping on all night long. Close losses on both sides for either of these two teams this year. They haven't quite been able to close out wins. Brookdale still leads by 2, though, 53-51, 2:42 and counting now to play. Kukai, a feed inside to Ozoje. Now back to Adam Kukai, 10 to shoot. Felix picked up his dribble. Throws it away to Carter. Carter in the corner at the buzzer, off the back iron. Two minutes left to play here in the second half. Owls down by 2. Miller with the shot clock at 10. Guarded by Felix. Miller on the drive. The floater in the lane is good. And we're tied back up at 53.
Boy, really nice job by Miller there. That teardrop floater, working the contact there on that drive, and a nice finish.
Jelani Carter directing traffic now into the corner for Demir Fitch. Kukai guarded by Miller. And a moving screen on Alan Ozoje.
Where the officials have called a number of those. Both sides have been victimized by that call.
And that is the fourth on Ozoje. And you're right, Brian. We have seen a numerous amount of moving screens called this evening. Ozoje remains on the floor with 4 personal fouls. 1:20 left. We're tied at 53. Miller. Now to Durham. Back to Miller. O'Calley and Ozoje trying to battle for position downstairs in the low block. Shot clock at 5. Miller a 3. Too strong. O'Calley saves it from going out of bounds. Loose on the floor. It's picked up by Powell and a foul. And this will be on Demir Fitch. And that is his 5th foul, so he is fouled out of the game. So what could be the first of many players fouling out with 54.5 seconds to play. And the fact that we're being stuck on 53 for a while, tied up here in the Collins Arena. This could be a developing story.
Which, as you mentioned, is a lower point total than both of these teams are accustomed to. Ordinarily, 2 of the better offensive teams in the region, but it's been a struggle tonight.
So Terrence Durham will be at the foul line for 2 huge free throws. First one is on the way and good. Union County now leads 54-53, 54.5 seconds left. Second attempt is good. So Union now up by 2, 55-53. 53 seconds left to go here in the second half. Brookdale needs a bucket on this possession. Kukai nearly through the shoulder, and he did. An offensive foul.
I don't know that there was enough contact there to warrant an offensive foul to be called.
And now a timeout will be taken by Jerry Henderson. He's got 2 remaining. And for Adam Kukai, that is his 3rd personal foul. And that's just not really a very smart foul. I know that there wasn't a whole lot of contact, and it really could go either way because both Kukai and Robert Miller, who have been on each other all night, kind of ran into each other both at the same time. But if you're Adam Kukai, it's early on in the shot clock. You've got to be a little bit smarter than that.
Yeah, especially once you get to this point in the game. It's under a minute left. You want to use as much clock as possible, and probably just a case of getting a little over-aggressive too early on, and it costs the Jersey Blues. But again, we talk about not executing at this point in the game, and it's turnovers like that that are a big reason you come up short and you play so many close games.
So when we resume, it'll be 46 seconds to go. Union County leads 55-53. For Brookdale, I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, they are 1-3 on the year. They have lost 2 games in a row. They're trying to shake off this slide that they have been on. Their next game will be here at home. In fact, actually, their next 2 games will be here at home. They'll take on Atlantic Cape next Tuesday night, this upcoming Tuesday. And then they'll be back here at home December 3rd against Sussex before they go on the road to take on Cumberland County on December the 5th. And then they're back home here against Ocean on December the 10th. So some tough games for sure on the sign for Brookdale. Probably this is going to be one of the tougher games that they've had all season, as we've been talking about during this broadcast. And of course, if you're Union County, they are 1-4 in the year. They also want to try to end a 3-game slide. Owls have the ball, up by 2. 36 seconds to play. If you're Brookdale, you do not want to foul here. You want to let this possession play out if you can. Durham letting the shot clock wind down. It's down to 10. Durham guarded by Kukai. Durham explodes to the rim, blocked away from behind by Ozoje. It'll stay here with 4 to shoot.
This is a good job, though, by Union using as much clock as possible, as Jerry Henderson is going to take a timeout.
So Jerry Henderson, as you called it, Brian, takes a quick timeout. He's got one more remaining. And now with 4 seconds on the shot clock, what do you draw up if you're head coach Jerry Henderson? 19.6 on the game clock, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Union County in front by 2, 55-53. If you get a foul here to go your way, Brian, obviously it's going to be 2 shots from the line because Brookdale is in the double bonus. And that could help Union County because if they could make 2 foul shots from the line, it could put them in a position where they would have then the lead, and it would force Brookdale to not only get another bucket, but then they'd have to get another one, so put them ahead by 2 possessions. But with the shot clock at 4, you've got to get off a good quality shot, so this is a very tough situation for Union County to be in.
Yeah, and the thing is you have to work quickly with only 4 seconds to shoot, so you wonder, do they look for a perimeter shot, just throw it out to behind the 3-point line and hope to get an open look, or are they looking to go near the basket with their inbounds pass and try to draw a foul? I'd say it's probably the second of those 2, but we'll see what the Owls have in mind.
So to reset it for you, it'll be Miller, Durham, Powell, O'Callaghan, and Tyrese Cherry on the floor for Union County. Carter, Ozoje, Fitch, Kukai, and Ian Felix trying to defend for Brookdale. Powell will inbound underneath his own basket with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Powell looking, gets it in to Durham. An easy layup goes off the glass, no good, and the rebound to Fitch. Shot clock is turned off. This will be the final possession. Brookdale down by 2. And now a timeout taken by Coach Chizak with 9.5 seconds to go here in the second half. Well, if you're Brookdale, you got the stop you were looking for. It was a good look for Union County. They could not convert. Fitch is able to grab the rebound. And Coach Chizak wisely takes a timeout to try to draw up a play here. And you have some options. You can either go for a quick 2, try to draw a foul, or you could go for what would be the game winner and a 3.
Yeah, and it's always the safer call is to go for the 2 and get something going to the basket. They have a guy who can do that in Adam Kukai. You'd have to expect the ball to be in his hands. And we'll see what Brookdale can muster here. Talking it over right now, it's, as you mentioned, is risky to go for the 3-point shot, especially if you let the clock wind down close to 0. It becomes a do-or-die shot at that point.
Well, roles have been reversed, and again, Brookdale has to come away with some type of points regardless on this possession, with Union County in front 55-53. It'll be Robert Miller, Terrence Durham, Tyrese Cherry, O'Callaghan, and Powell. Same 5 that were on the floor just a moment ago for Union County. Brookdale still talking things over on their side, trying to huddle up and, I would assume, draw up a play. Something to mention. Possession arrow does point Brookdale's way, and Union County only has 18 fouls. So if they were to foul Brookdale, it would be a 1-and-1 if it's a non-shooting foul. Kukai is going to inbound. 9.5 seconds on the game clock. Brookdale down by 2. Felix nearly lost it. Felix, clock at 4. Fitch, the floater, no good. Rebound Miller, and that'll do it. The officials originally had signaled a travel on Miller, but I believe the game clock had expired, and Union County will survive and get out with a win, 55-53, in a close game, as Union County is able to snap a 3-game road slide that they had been on, losing 3 games in a row, and a tough loss for the Jersey Blues this evening. But Brian, that was not necessarily the greatest possession out of that timeout. It looked like Ian Felix lost possession of the ball. I'm not sure if he was supposed to go to the basket. That put Jameer Fitch in a difficult spot. He had to look at the bucket, didn't go in, and in the end, Union County is able to hold out with a 2-point win.
Yeah, I think you said it right. I think that possession was doomed once Felix kind of lost the handle, because then the possession became kind of discombobulated. Fitch was left with just trying a desperation shot there off balance. It wasn't going to be easy. Union's able to corral the rebound, and unfortunately for Brookdale, it just seems like the same things that continually bite them this season, and they continue to lose these close games. It has to be demoralizing. It's not like they're getting blown out. They had the one loss where they weren't close, but both games here at home, a place where they typically play so well, have just come down to the last minutes, and they're just not doing enough to get over the top. Has to be frustrating for Paul Chizek and company.
So a tough loss for Brookdale tonight. They fall 55-53. Union County, on the other hand, is able to get the win on the road. They improve to 2-4 on the year. Brookdale falls to 1-4. Coming up next will be the Brookdale women's basketball game, as Union County will take on, of course, the Brookdale Jersey Blues. We'll have that game coming up next on BTV.